All right, my people, welcome to the April 4th, 2026 Sweet Surrender Daily Run. Now, yesterday's daily run was a very interesting one. I was killed about 3 minutes into the run on the very first floor by being an idiot. So I'm 24th. There you go. I made it to level 1-1. Died with 35 gears. Let's jump right in. Now, what I did was I was just fooling around and experimenting, and certain items in this game you can bring from room to room, and certain items you cannot. And what I did was I picked up a beam of wood and carried it from one room to the next to see if it would go, and it did. And then, since that room that I walked into had those laser traps that explode, I wanted to see if the board of wood would set them off, because not everything sets those lasers off. And like a fool, I walked right up to the laser beam. I guess it didn't occur to me what would happen if it did set them off, because it did. And the laser trap exploded. So I did a kind of a consolation with where I did nothing but melee weapons the whole game, like a Jedi. Sorry, I got junk in my lap. Okay. So let's try not to die so soon this time. Lately I've started taking these stems, not really because I plan to use them, I don't like them, but in case I get a chip that gives me gears for using stems, then I might use them. These are the laser traps I was just talking about. And if anything, I should have tested it by reaching out like this. Far away, but I don't know if it would have made a difference. Anyway, these things will kill me straight up if they explode when I only got 4 bars of health. Neutralize. Ooh, 30% speed, I like. What was that? Well, guess that's it. More planks of wood for me to pick up this time. Oh yeah, no, there are some right there. These square ones, you can pick these up, I think. Well, I guess you can't. Small ones you can. I don't see any of them. Ah, we survived the first floor this time. You know, when I first started playing this game, it was actually pretty hard for me. Believe it. Laser-sighted pistol. Should we get it? Nah. Took me like 15 tries to eventually beat the boss at the end of the game. Took me a whole bunch of tries to even get that far. Let's just keep with the shotgun since it's a one-shot kill. Sniper rifle. Using a stim gives 5 gears. This is the chip I was just talking about, why I kept that one stim, which I threw away just in the last room. Oh well. What can you do? What should I babble about today? Ooh, acid chip or EMP rounds? I like the EMP rounds better. I'm not a real fan of that acid effect. Alright, well. See, I won't have 50 gear. Wait, 90, 80, 70. Definitely gonna take that one. No more EMP rounds. And I want to keep these two. So I'm only getting 15% more damage if I take that one. So I'm not going to. I feel like it's not worth spending the gears. $378 right in the eyeball. Take that fuel cell. Look looking around for one of the pieces of wood I can maybe pick up. %, gear value. Definitely take the Uzi. 20% is, I say it almost every time I see the chip, it's not enough to make that really worthwhile. Stim gives 3 gears. I got a 5 gear one as it is. I'm just going to keep it at that. I like my speed chip. I don't like the default speed of the game. It feels really slow. There we go. Now we're really doing some damage. And now the question is, what do I think I'm going to encounter more of? Grenades or stims? And I tend to think it's grenades. Could be wrong, though. I should count one of these days going through this game, whether I've actually encountered more stims or grenades. All right, let's go to the sewers. Trying to think if I left any grenades behind in this level. I don't remember any. Okay. That was easy. Good night, robot. I know, of course, since I have the grenade chip on my arm, I'm gonna encounter more stims. I didn't shoot that guy. Wonder how he died. Sorry, I just got a unusual text message. Those spider bomb robots are pretty useless. I don't think I've ever been killed by one. Even if they get close to you, like they do, and start beeping, and then they take like 3 seconds to explode. Even if you don't move and they do explode, they don't do all that much damage. If I were the guys running this game, I would crank the damage up that they do by a lot to make them real dangerous. The way they are now, they're just more of a nuisance than anything else. They're great for scoring critical hits, though. All you gotta do is shoot them anywhere on their main body. That's a critical hit. No chance. These right here, this piece of wood that I'm holding, this is what I killed myself with yesterday. Ooh, nice. Yeah. I got a pretty good set of damage chips here. Really want the grapple gun now. Come on, grapple gun. Like a bird with its wings clipped without the grapple gun. Assault rifle, that's a definite yes, we will take it. Bye, shotgun. Matter of fact, we're going to switch it with the sniper rifle. Yeah. More speed. Could speed be more valuable than 5 gears for every grenade thrown? Oops, I didn't want that. God damn it. Might as well keep it now. Paid for it. I wanted the speed chip. But now I just wasted a bunch of gears. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll hang on to this one just in case we change our minds a little bit later. Back. We'll let that set there, and we will speed through the game. I'm doing 216% extra damage. Damn, he hurt me. Another 30% speed chip, and this one for free. Damn. Let's just test it. This would be 90% speed, I guess. Does it even really give me extra speed? Apparently not. So we'll just leave it. See, I don't think you can exceed 2 speed chips. Or there's some upper amount you can't hit. Like, I've tried 250 chips thinking that would be 100 speed boost, but it doesn't work. You only move at the rate of the 150% chip. Clearly, the 230s do work, so 60% is possible. The hell? They're all the same chip. Mobile malware 2. See? Mobile malware 2. Mobile malware 2. Huh. Weird. I really need one of them critical hits gives gears chips. I got hurt. Oh, look at what we have here. My very good friend, the grapple gun. By shotgun. I never even fired it. Everybody ought to know by now what I keep the Uzi for. Matter of fact, with my damage chips, I'd be doing 240% extra damage. That'll make this Uzi something to reckon with. I don't need no zip line. Another grapple gun. Oh. You know what's weird? I'm right-handed, but I always use the grapple gun in my left hand because it leaves my right arm open to weapon use. However, when I use the grapple gun with my right arm, for some reason, I am not as good with it. I'm not as good of a shot with it as I am with my left arm. I don't know why. Here we go. Critical hits give 3 gears. So what we're going to do is move these damage chips to the left arm. Give up a speed chip. Now we have a weak arm for headshots, which we will use the Uzi for. We'll start racking the gear. We all know what to be careful of here. These guys are all... Another grapple gun. And another grapple gun. Grapple guns up the wazoo. I could have 3 of these things if I wanted to. Stupid wrench. I wonder if this Uzi will kill this quick with it. Sure will. More speed. Should we get speed back or damage? Let's go for speed. I think we'll eventually find one of them super damage chips. Or we won't need the ones that we need. Thought I took all their guns. Oops, dropped my phone. Okay, I'm gonna have to set it down. swap. That's a sniper right there. That actually. $341 years. And we are now more than 50% of the way through. Damn, almost killed me. We're gonna get all that health back in just a moment, though. Oh, yeah. Well, some of it back anyway. And I appear to accidentally have dropped that machine gun and replaced it with a shitty shotgun. And then we lost it all. That's okay. We'll take that. Why not? We like melee weapons. Oh, I need to get his gears. Did I already pick those up? Nope. There it is. I've been seeing rumors flying around on the internet ever since I got off work that Donald Trump may be in a hospital dying right now. You know, I've heard shit like that before, though, that turned out not to be true, so it is what it is. Whenever I see a thing where it says, like, credible reports claim, and then a thing like that, if you don't tell me what makes them credible, I assume you're making that up. down so I can hit you in your critical spot. God damn it. Oh, wow. It is what it is. I wish I could find that audio clip again of RC Sproul saying. He's talking about a coach of a particular sports team that he follows. He says, "Coach, he says that oftentimes in post-game press conferences. It is what it is," and he said he hates that phrase. My father hates that phrase too. It is what it is. Of course, it is what it is. It can't be what it's not. Every 200 damage is another gear. We'll take it, and we'll slow ourselves back down again. Drinking Sprite. Reminds me of Pulp Fiction. Looks like me and Vincent caught you boys having breakfast. Sorry about that. What you having? Hamburgers. Hamburgers! The cornerstone of any nutrition. I'm not gonna get much gears out of this one. Looks like I got a bunch of gears anyway. 674. Damn, to 693 off of those headshots. Alright, let me turn that alarm off. Whoops. What was I thinking? That ain't the alarm. That is. Another critical hits gives 3 gears chip. Can we use it? Should we use it? Nah, I think we're gonna make it to 1,000 with no problems at all. Right now, most interested in either a heat chip or one of them super damaged chips. Where'd the second object go? That's just one of them shitty machine guns. Bastard. one of the damage chips I was just talking about. We'll replace our current damage chip with that, and now we're doing 568% damage with our left hand, which is phenomenal. If you can get over 1,000, it's even better. Well, how convenient is that? We're definitely not going to need that 5 years for every grenade prone chip that I was saving. At all. So, goodbye, grenade chip. Don't need you. And we're at the end stage here. Only 45 minutes in. We got 2 more floors to go. Of damage taken turns into years. Should we? No, not without a healing chip. Oh no! Power loss. Hold on. We gotta plug in. It's like we're connected to the Matrix now. The cable running out of our head. Wrong hand. Oh yeah, it's the big guy level, so they can be up here. Is that cheating, shooting from below like that? I'm gonna say no. They would shoot me from below if they could see. If your enemy would do it to you, it ain't cheating. These sons of bitches will shoot me from any vantage point they can get. Now we're doing so much damage. Okay, this is a very lucrative level, so I must be careful here to snatch all of their guns and then headshot them all. Piece of trash. 277. Oops. Dropped my assault rifle. Every 200 damage is another gear. We got one. Do we want two? Nah. We'll keep this pistol. It's gonna be good at the end against the boss. Especially when we're doing a shit ton of damage. Alright, one more floor. Never did see those healing chips. Matter of fact, it might be about time to move this damage chip back over to my right arm. I want to snatch their guns, but it might be tough to do that. Uh-oh. He's killing himself. Don't go anywhere, robot. $971. 776% extra damage. I would love to find us another one of them damage chips. Let me tell you. Oh, I don't want to set this down. Last two rooms. Alright, we're at 1,000. I need a gear. Any gear. I mean chip. Any chip. No chips. Let's cross our fingers that we find one in this small room here. those are good chips too. Let's just use this one. Don't need that one anymore. Actually, don't need the Uzi anymore either. We'll keep it. I like it. It's got that Terminator. Hey Meta, in 1984, was it legal to purchase a fully automatic Uzi 9mm at a gun store?
In 1984, the legality of purchasing a fully automatic Uzi 9mm at a gun store depended on the location. In the United States, the National Firearms Act (NFA) of 1934 heavily regulated the sale and ownership of fully automatic firearms, including machine guns like the Uzi. The NFA required owners to register their firearms and pay a $200 tax. However, the Gun Control Act of 1968 further restricted the sale of firearms, including machine guns. The Firearm Owners Protection Act, FOPA, of 1986 banned the manufacture and sale of new machine guns for civilian use. Given these regulations, it's unlikely that a fully automatic Uzi 9mm could be purchased at a typical gun store in 1984 without special licenses and permits.
Well, there's that. And I already know what Jim Cameron would say if you went up to him during the making of the movie and told him that the Terminator would not be able to buy a gun like this at a gun store. He didn't buy it, but he gets it from a gun store. Jim Cameron would say, "Do most people know that?" And then if you said no, then he would say, "Well, then we're doing it." This chip, I don't see it very often, but it's like one I would never use. Every shot consumes a gear in exchange for double damage. I'm tempted to try it, but I mean, I don't want to spend all my gears on the boss. Let's keep it, just in case, right? We just won't use our left arm. Unless we're really desperate. Okay, time to part ways with the Uzi. Uh-oh. I just realized I can't use the grapple gun with my left arm with that chip on it, or it'll consume gears. So we're not going to take it after all. that is it. 217 kills, 59 minutes, 25 seconds. Places up 5th on the leaderboard, but it's actually only 3rd for today's run, because the first 2 spots are occupied by people who did tomorrow's run. Alright, I guess that concludes our broadcast for the evening. Thank you for joining.